Hey guys, welcome from Season 2, flip that. Season 3, Episode 2 of Castle, the first video of the day. I had to mess it up. Here we go. Mom? Oh. Oh no, she's not.
I've been a bit distracted this morning.
You mean distracted or hypnotized by that giant rock on your finger?
What?
Did Chip Halliburton propose?
Alexis, I think it's about time we start calling him Uncle Chip.
Well, it's just that for me, it's,
The thrill is gone.
Yes, and it's been gone for quite a while. Although this little fella did bring it back for about 10 minutes.
If he's not the one, then I guess you shouldn't marry him.
That's never stopped her before.
And we miss having you here all the time. Don't we, Dad?
Oh yes.
Dad.
Oh,
Say,
did I hear you right? Our victim is Vivian Marchand, the psychic medium?
What?
Yeah, she was very popular in certain Manhattan circles.
A psychic?
In fact, she did a reading for me at a society party about 8 years ago. It was pretty extraordinary. She
extraordinary.
got everything right. You know, come to think of it,
They're frauds.
she told me that a beautiful woman would one day move into my loft and stay with me forever. She neglected to mention it was my mother.
How did she die? I got a maintenance worker said he saw a man leaving the back door of Vivian's office around 2:30 yesterday afternoon.
Description?
Talk
I mean, that's
Revise
strange.
Vivian's calendar and let's interview her clients from yesterday. Maybe one of them saw the guy.
What I don't get is why put her in the couch?
Exactly.
There's a lot
Why?
that she went in.
Why hide the body?
Her face indicate that she tried to move. I'm gonna get her back to the lab.
Tried to hide the body, but didn't really clean up.
3 p.m.
Like-
yesterday. It just says TJ.
And nothing else?
No, maybe.
Almost like it was an anger thing. Like it was a not really thought about, but
Yes, psychics can tell the future, mediums can tell the future, and talk to the dead.
That's like saying that psychics are con artists and mediums are con artists and charlatans. I mean, in the end, they're all just fakes.
You sound pretty certain of yourself.
That's because
They
when
are
I started
fakes.
as a cop, I wasted a lot of time on clairvoyance calling tip lines with information that never led to anything.
Did your mother continue offering the police help after that?
Yes, all over the country. My mother helped put away over a dozen people in the last 10 years.
it could be any one of those people.
So here's a list of all the people
If they ever got
that
out.
Sean claims her mom helped to convict.
He's wearing dark clothes. He had black hair going gray at the temples. Oh, and he had a scar on his face.
I think she called him Alfred. Or was
Alfred.
it Albert?
Okay. Well, thank you both. You've been very
How
helpful.
long had you been going to see Vivian?
Vivian said she thought Daddy had something very important to tell us. She was going to commune with the spirit last night.
Is it? Actually, I can't tell.
Now we'll never know.
I'm not gonna believe this. Vivian's daughter is pretty sure that Albert is Albert Moreno,
Albert the Blade Moreno?
former muscle for the Spillano crime family.
So Vivian helped put him away.
He's her client. Vivian told Albert that if he invested in a New Jersey real estate deal, true happiness would be his. The deal fell through a month ago. He lost everything.
Oh.
You
Motive.
Like that? Bad advice? He'll see to it you are sleeping with the fishes. Albert Moreno was sure a living large for a low-level mobster.
Well, I guess mob money goes a little farther when you don't have to pay taxes on it.
And yet for Albert, not quite far.
Yikes.
Gwendolyn Carter from Real Smart Real Estate.
3 months ago, Vivian told me I should invest in some real estate deal. She knew that I had quit my day job. I was looking to set myself up for it.
She told you the investment would bring you true happiness.
Quit my day
But
job.
instead, you lost it all.
I was upset. And then she canceled our last appointment and stopped returning my phone calls.
And then you decided to pay her a visit yesterday around 2 o'clock.
Then I went to her and I just stabbed her in the neck with an ice pick.
No more.
And then what happened, Mr. Moreno? Did you get angry? Did things get physical?
No. But I was mad. And when I'm mad, sometimes people get nervous.
Oh.
She begged me to let the universe sort itself out. And she said she was late for an appointment uptown.
Did she say with who?
No. By then I was late to meet my broker, so I left about 2:30. The universe, it sorted itself out.
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
I don't understand
Turns
either.
out my broker's partner is Lorraine here, my high school sweetheart.
We broke up in '82, but we never got over each other.
The minute I laid eyes on her again, I haven't left her side. Well, I've never been so happy.
So, Vivian was right. Investing in the real estate deal brought you to bankruptcy, which in turn brought you to Lorraine and true happiness. Extraordinary.
No, I think it's possible he might have killed Vivian before the universe righted itself.
Let me guess, you were one of those annoying 6-year-olds who stopped believing in Santa Claus because you figured out he couldn't travel faster than the speed of light.
I was 3 and we didn't have a chimney.
That's good.
How'd it go with Moreno?
My gut says it's not him, but we still have to look into his alibi.
Oh, so you don't believe in fate, yet your gut has magical properties. That's cool.
Got calls out on most of Vivian's dirty dozen. We should hear back tomorrow. Meanwhile,
Of course, the writer and creative mind
Internet searches
believes in
themselves,
that.
autopsy files, pretty intimate stuff too.
You see, Castle?
She couldn't get everything she needed from her abilities alone and needed to do a little extra digging. I have a fantastic imagination, yet I
Oh, we know.
ton of
Oh, we
Write a
know.
book.
Can either of you look back on a relationship that ended because the thrill was gone and admit that maybe you gave up on love too soon?
Ooh.
Dad, you're back with your ex-wife.
Ooh, no, she's right. Yeah, with Gina, the thrill was long, long gone. Now, it is back with a vengeance. Of course, it brought along its friends, high maintenance and shopaholic.
I'm sorry, honey. I'm sorry, but it's over. I know it.
Damn, she actually seems really sad.
I called around to a couple of lead detectives just to check out the level of Vivian's involvement. They say they've never even heard of her.
She exaggerated her involvement in these cases in order to build her reputation back up.
Oh, that's
The
wild.
cops didn't want to admit that they had a psychic actually helping them. I mean, what police detective would willingly acknowledge that a layperson is as talented at solving crimes as she is?
Vivian Marshall is not a psychic. I bet my badge on it. To whom it may concern, I feel that my murder is imminent. And although I have no idea yet where or when this event will occur, I have had a vision of my death. In the vision, I could not breathe. I saw a man dressed in black, the number 7518, and I could hear a furious pounding from what seemed to be far away. I'm sorry, I cannot be more specific.
Psychic predicted her a murder!
The killer wrote this in order to throw us off.
This guy is
Run it.
great.
Maybe we'll get lucky with the prints.
Do you think she really...
No.
Yeah, me neither.
What else?
There were no scratches on the ice pick blade. It was brand new, probably bought special just for the occasion. And her
So
cell
then that
phone
was
in her hand. She may have tried to dial for help
That was
before
planned.
she expired. The digits matched the beginning of her daughter's phone number, 171855.
7185. Those are the numbers from the letter. They're in a different order, but those are the same numbers. Oh, go on. Go on, say coincidence.
Coincidence.
I'm just saying.
It is not
Coincidence.
irrefutable, Castle. As a matter of fact, it is completely refutable.
Okay, go on. Refute me.
Okay, how about this? Vivian is dialing her daughter's number. Our killer comes in, stabs her in the neck, picks up the phone, drops it into the sofa after her, and then puts the numbers into the letter along with the rest of the fake predictions. Refuted.
No one types a number into a cell phone anymore.
Preliminaries on the letter aren't giving us much. No usable prints and no DNA. And the pickup at the mail drop in Vivian's building is 6 p.m.
Time enough for the killer to have written it and mailed it after she was dead.
But
Oh,
why? Why go through all that trouble?
To keep us spinning wild theories. But we still can't prove that Vivian actually wrote the letter.
Until her other predictions come true.
Or we do some kind of like
Good. You're back.
compare.
I think I got some. Remember Vivian's first big case?
Yeah, the guy with the missing wife and the blonde girl.
Wait, was it actually written or was it
Steve
typed?
Adams. Unis are bringing it up right now. He never found his wife's body. He did 7 years for second degree. They released him 2 months ago on parole, only after he agreed to wear an anklet with a tracking device. So I called his PO, and he sent over this.
The GPS readout puts Steve at Vivian's address Monday afternoon. So Vivian finishes with Paula and Marina Casillas at 2. Albert Moreno exits out the back door at 2:30. And now it's time for her 3 p.m. with TJ.
Steve Adams was there from 1:36 to 2:48, waiting for his opportunity.
So he waits there until she's alone, jumps her, stabs her, and then stuffs her in the couch.
It's harassment! You haven't done anything wrong!
He's wearing all black.
Mm-hmm.
It's gotta be a coincidence.
All black is the new guilty.
It's either a coincidence or things are getting, you know. Psychics aren't real.
You were the last one to see her alive.
The day after my wife disappeared, Vivian Marchand told the cops she had a vision of me in a bar with my girlfriend Amber.
Which was true.
That I was there? Yeah. But then she started saying she had other visions. Visions that I murdered my wife, which I did not do. But she was right once.
So you cheated on your wife, but...
No one believed her. Only Vivian had lied about that too.
What do you mean?
Cody Donnelly told me he had proof that Vivian was a customer in the same bar where I took Amber that day. So she saw me all right, with her own eyes. There was nothing psychic about it, nothing.
So you figured if you could prove that Vivian was a fraud, that maybe people would believe that you hadn't killed your wife as well.
Cool.
I'm an innocent man. But thanks to Vivian, everyone in the state believed that I killed my wife. He wanted me and Vivian to be in his reality show, You've Ruined My Life.
Oh, I love that show. It's where people unleash their righteous fury against those who wronged them. Millions and tears and a hug.
Cody and me, we went to her office with the camera crew. We sat outside in the van for almost an hour. When she finally came out, I confronted her. I called her a fake. Cody told me to make it big, so I did.
So Vivian told her daughter that she was going to be at the office all afternoon, and then at 2:45 she takes a cab and leaves. To see TJ, whoever that is. Let's get a hold of Steve Adams' producer, Cody Donnelly.
I mean, could TJ be a different kind of appointment? Like, it couldn't... Or is it a person? Like, it doesn't have to be a person, right? It could be, like, an initial for something.
I am so glad that you are home. You would not believe the day I had.
Oh, I think I got you beat.
Well, then what's wrong?
She's still got the ring on.
Why are you still engaged to Uncle Chet?
Richard. Chet is dead.
What? How?
Went to his apartment this morning and his kids are there, Boomer and Lottie. He said he'd had a stroke in his sleep. I mean, God, he was so young and...
What?
And they kept telling me how happy their father had been since we'd been together and how I was the love of his life.
What the hell?
And there I was about to break his heart.
Hi! Henny, what are you doing here?
Is there somewhere we could talk privately?
Oh boy.
What's wrong? Did you remember something?
No,
I had a
it's
vision.
not that. I'm afraid I wasn't completely honest with you the other day. The fact is, I have a little bit of what my mother did. Sometimes I have dreams that are meaningful. Last night I had a dream about you.
Okay.
And I can't really explain why, but I feel very strongly that I'm supposed to tell you something important. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Alexander.
Alexander?
Alexander. I don't know who he is or what he means to you.
I don't know any Alexander.
You will. You will meet an Alexander, and he will be extremely important to you. At some future date, he may save your life.
What?
Cody Donnelly presents famous mystery writer, follows a tough but beautiful New York opera around.
Oh, this guy.
Well, she'd never go for it. She's a real bit.
Mr. Donnelly, I appreciate you coming. What are you doing here?
For the record, I was going to say big wolf, Oliver. I was not discussing anything. I swear to God.
You didn't even shut the door. The door's open.
And Cody here was admiring the billboards.
Is that your smoking hot silhouette on the posters then?
No. So, Mr. Donnelly, where did you go after you left Vivian's office?
After we got all that great footage, I dropped Steve off at his place around 3:30 or so. I mean, she knew the film I had on her was damaging. She said if I buried it, she'd give me something better.
Better like what?
Better like murder.
Murder.
Vivian said she was hot on a killer. She said it was bigger than Steve Adams. This time, it was a body. She was going to let me film the moment that she confronted the soon-to-be accused. She said that she had to confirm one last suspicion, and that I had to be ready to go at a moment's notice because we were going to catch a killer.
And when was this confrontation going to take place?
Straight away. I got an urgent text about 2 hours later. I gathered up my crew, including security, thinking this was it. And when I called her back, no answer. I'm guessing she was already dead.
That's what? Okay. She seems like she really cares about her career. Like,
Well, she had several
badly, to where she would do
unsolved crimes in the family, but the ones that we talked to
potentially questionable
said that their
things.
cases are just as cold now as when they first came to her.
Hey, I found a cab. Driver says he took Vivian to a residence at 112th and Riverside. Doorman says he remembers Vivian going up to apartment 2C. It's rented to Nick and Tony Johnston.
Tony Johnston.
TJ.
TJ is a person.
Castle, why is it so important to you that I believe all this stuff about fates and psychics and Santa Claus?
Because if you don't believe in even the possibility of magic, you'll never ever find it.
Ooh. Poet.
Can I help you?
Tony, I'm Detective Kate Beckett, and this is Richard Castle.
Oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I'm so stressed out. I can't believe this is happening.
So you know that Vivian was murdered.
When I saw the paper yesterday, I nearly puked up my oatmeal.
Why did Vivian come to visit you on Monday?
Look, this is all very personal and private, and it involves my sex life. Will you promise to keep it confidential?
Absolutely.
Okay. Here, I did a terrible thing. My husband, and then she asked me a lot of questions about him.
What kind of question?
She asked if he had a temper, and if I felt safe. She was sure Nick did know about the affair. Vivian said the spouse always knows.
Did she ever say how she knew?
Oh, she might have tried to
this incredibly personal information, the details of which could not be
get him to kill someone.
Oh yeah, the guy I was cheating with, he told her everything.
You know, I'm gonna have to speak with him.
Oh, you can't. I mean, you can't. He's dead. That's why we stopped seeing each other. He died last April. Heart attack.
You're telling me that your dead lover told Vivian about your affair?
That's right. She said Emilio came to her in a dream.
Emilio?
Emilio Casillas.
Your lover was Emilio Casillas?
Oh my god!
According to the ME's notes, in addition to the cause of death, which was massive heart failure, Casillas showed signs of alopecia, and his fingernails were thinning.
Which means what exactly?
I'd have to exhume the body and run some tests, but it could be toxic overdose of selenium.
And what's selenium?
It's a mineral that's naturally found in the body, and in small amounts it's good for you. They even sometimes add it to diet pills, health drinks, but too much of it can be poisonous.
Health drinks. Maybe it was also in the vitamins that the Casillas has made. So that would mean it would be at the factory.
Vivian told Tony that her husband knew about the affair with Emilio Casillas.
So Tony's husband, Nick, works at the Casillas' company. He would have easy access to the selenium and to Emilio.
Didn't the Casillas' daughter say that her father died in the office? That's probably where he received the fatal dose.
So Nick Johnson figures out his wife is sleeping with his boss, and he poisons her.
And then Nick discovers that Vivian's onto him and kills her too.
Well done, guys. If that's really what we're at.
Nick clocked out early the day that Vivian died, at 5 o'clock. His wife said he didn't get home till at least 7.
Well, that would have been plenty of time for him to get to Vivian's office, murder her, write the letter, all before the mail was picked up.
The foreman said that Nick asked for the time off after he was visited by a woman. A woman who looked a lot like Vivian Marchand.
So Vivian was putting her plan into action.
She was
down to her office.
Yes, because she wanted the attention. She wanted the publicity.
She would confront Nick about Emilio Casillas' murder. Capture all.
She's all about her career.
Vivian was about to solve Emilio's murder and then be returned to her former glory as New York's most famous psychic medium.
Nick just very intuitive. According to Vivian's notes, Paula said Emilio had been working longer hours in the months before his death. She wrote, "Affair?" ?
She also wrote this. Starburst Hotel. It's the closest place to Emilio's office that rents by the hour.
The manager there said Vivian came by last week. He confirmed to Vivian that the Lovebirds had been regulars early this year. She gave him $200 for his trouble.
Okay. How does Vivian go from affair in general to affair with Tony Johnston? That, my friends, is a pretty big leap.
Yeah, that is until you see the picture. This is from Vivian's research. This is Tony in the red dress and Emilio next to her at the company's last Christmas party. Pretty cozy, huh?
Where did she get this?
Well, there's a bulletin board at the Casillas' vitamin factory where employees post pictures. She had taken it from there.
So Vivian suspects that Emilio is a cheater.
This is
She
wild.
gets a hold of his autopsy files, starts thinking that maybe his cheating got him killed, and she starts doing her usual research to prove her theory. And all of this investigation leads right back to Nick Johnston.
She had it all worked out.
She had the perfect plan.
Awkward moment where Nick Johnston stabbed her in the neck with an ice pick and fed her to the couch.
Yes.
You got the wrong guy. I didn't kill that psychic.
Do you actually expect me to believe that you just sat by and let your boss take your wife away from you? Do you think I'm that dumb?
She's not that dumb.
She's not. Yeah, she's not that dumb.
I guess it doesn't matter now. When I found out, I went to Emilio and I asked him to stop seeing her.
And what happened?
He said no. He was in love with her. I threatened to tell his wife, and he just said, do what you gotta do. So I decided that I wasn't gonna do his dirty work for her.
Oh, that's
If he wanted
bold.
to leave his wife of 30 years, then he should just be a man and do it himself. But I wanted to save my marriage, so I kept my mouth shut. 2 weeks later, Emilio was dead.
And you did nothing to help that along.
Why do I feel like she could have done this?
What along? He had a heart attack.
Penny, I'm in the middle of a very...
Detective, you have to listen to me. I know who murdered my mother.
Well, maybe you're in it. Like, what is happening?
In the dream, I was having dinner with my mother in a Masonic hall. She was very concerned. She kept pointing to men around the room and saying, "Ask the Masons what happened. That's the only way you'll get closure."
Where are we?
Steve Adams' alibi checked out.
What about Nick Johnston?
Well, the good news is with this Freemasons lead, we have a whole new crop of suspects.
Lead.
Freemasons.
Ignore him. So Paula and Emilio Casillas, if they knew that Emilio was cheating, that would be motive.
Maybe they found out that Vivian was investigating his death.
But they were Vivian's clients. Why would murderers...
Okay, but hear me out. Like I said,
also have an alibi.
could she have done this herself?
Uniforms canvassed the restaurant where they were dining with friends. They were there from 5 p.m. till after 7.
Was this restaurant anywhere near Vivian's office?
Yeah, around the corner. New place, Masons.
Ask the Masons, and they will give you closure.
Let's not get carried away.
Ask the Masons.
It's a new place. Another one to try.
The waiter confirmed that you were there from 5 until 7:30. How was your meal? Did you order wine with dinner?
Yes. No, I mean, they don't have a liquor license yet, so you bring your own.
So you brought your own bottle of wine with you then?
No. Mother went out to the liquor store and brought us a bottle. She was gone about 20 minutes.
And what time was that?
5:15 maybe. What's this all about?
Paula, we went to the liquor store. You didn't buy that bottle of wine at 5:15.
Oh, boy.
According to this receipt, you bought it at 3:12. And at the same time, you bought an ice pick.
I don't understand.
Did you figure out that Emilio was cheating, or did he tell you?
Oh.
He told me. I took some selenium from the factory, and every morning I put a little bit in his coffee.
That's wild.
Ma?
Cheating?
son of a bitch was gonna tell on me. After everything that he had done, I couldn't let that happen. I had to kill her to stop him.
Mother, stop talking. We want a lawyer.
And I don't think a lawyer can do much
All
after you just spilled it all.
Trying to suppress her confession.
Will that work?
No.
You know, I doubt it, but Paula's done talking. Paula could have still been in the office waiting for him to leave. She would have heard the knocking, just like she saw the phone, just like she saw Albert Moreno, who was probably dressed in black, so she just put it into the letter to throw us off.
Only according to your timeline on the murder board, by the time Nick got to the office at 5:45, Paula was back at the restaurant, so the office was empty. Except, of course, for Vivian. Oh, before I forget, what did Penny say about Alexandra?
Oh, nothing. Just some silly stuff that didn't really make any sense. Why?
Because my middle name is Alexander.
I thought your middle name was Edgar.
Been perusing the personal section of the Richard Kessel website again, have we? No, I changed my middle name to Edgar for Edgar Allan Poe back when I changed my last name to Castle. My given name is Richard Alexander Rogers. What a coincidence, huh?
Interesting, because it said he would save your life.
But now he knows. He's up there, I assume. And he knows everything. He knows he gave his heart to a woman who was shallow and a little cowardly and didn't really deserve him.
Come here.
Oh, honey,
Go on. Now you can ask Chet anything you want to know.
Darling, do you forgive me?
There. Yes. Now you know.
Oh, you moved it.
Yes, I did. Let me tell you something else.
Yes, I did.
Chet was nobody's fool. He knew you, all of you. And he loved you. I'm sure wherever he is now, he still does.
Richard, whatever mistakes I've made in my life, I raised a good man.
That was a good episode. Psychics are not real. They are simply great investigators and great people readers. So, yes. Anyways. Solid episode. Awesome sauce. Like the video, comment down below, subscribe if you have not already. See y'all next time.